I get all emotional. Because I love them so much. They're just little heartbreaks waiting to happen. We all are. We're all just a little heartbreak waiting to happen. Yeah, I guess it don't gotta be like that way, though. People, it's just like, people, like, people attribute loss as like when people die because they don't look at what energy is, so they get so sad, and then they don't want to think about the people that have passed because it makes them sad. But what they don't get is that's what keeps them alive. That's what keeps them existing. That's what keeps their energy around you. Is constantly fondly remembering, you know? Yeah. But it's so hard. It's hard. So many things are easier said than done. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hilk empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. It's been kind of an emotional roller coaster. It's just, that's what life is. It's just an emotional roller coaster. It's like you have your in-between times and then you have your spikes. And depending on the circumstance, it's a positive spike or a negative spike. But a spike's a spike, But today was a pretty good day. They didn't call. Already went to the vet this afternoon, and his dental schedule for Monday the 19th when Tucker has his pre-dental at 3, so I got to drop. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. So now I know what it costs for pre-dental. It's less than $200, $173. See, pet rescue is a lifelong commitment. As long as I can. I representing today. This is where they all came from. All of my babies came from this. And I, peace, love, rescue. So, when I took them on. What? It says peace, love, rescue. But it's the Basset Beagle Rescue of the Heartland is where they all came from. Yeah, they're all from 4 different states. They got their own story of how we all came to be. Margie's menagerie, a family of oddballs,
They all get along really well.
They do.
And they're happy.
They are. When they don't have to sit out in a yard in freaking torrential conditions for freaking hours. They've had hard lives. Anyway, they're retired. So the good news is Jason, the vet tech, said, because they did the blood work, the screening because he's 11, and he's like, if we don't call, that's good news. And so there was no call. Whew. And then he gets in a week, I could, yeah. So, anyway, and they're going to address, he has like a growth fatty thing on his elbow. They're going to address that too, so. It's, yeah. I got to start getting out and taking pictures of people. I got to start freaking, generating income, I got to figure out how I'm going to do that. And I'm bad about that stuff because I just want to do everything for free, trade, barter kind of thing. But it's all right. It's all right. We got it covered. And it's just peace of mind, So I did have at the gas station today. I don't get to get out much. And on my minivan, it's my Truth Wagon, I have written COVID is an agenda and Event 201, look it up. And then on the driver's side, I have written, I need to redo it. Make it nice. Because I could do pretty cool graffiti, like fonts and stuff like that. Make it look nice. My truth. And so I was at the gas station and had a nice conversation with the dude at the gas station at the gas pump, and we were talking about living in the moment and living locally, and that and seems like everywhere I go is people, the consensus is something's gonna happen and things are gonna be real hard and real bad for a long time or a while, depending on your timeline, I guess. The thing of it is real bad. We've been pretty comfortable in situations that other people have deemed real bad, but they didn't at the time. Anyway, my heart's full of gratitude today, so I don't really want to pounce on that too much by bitching and moaning about things that have happened that are irrelevant today, right? So that just reminds me of what the man and I were talking about at the gas. We were talking about, just being grateful. And everywhere I go, I'm like, hey, I think I'm like, whoever I'm talking to, maybe we're related, Because, Mom, you got relatives around here. No, you don't know them, but it'd just be interesting to find out, That's a whole side of the family that Mom doesn't know about because she was adopted when she was 3. Out of El Paso, Texas. Anyway, so and a lot of it, so and she has relatives around here. Come to find out, and so anyway, and then talked to another nice young man who subscribed. He pulled. It was funny because I was looking at the pump that and it had a bag over it. It had a bag over it that says like out of service that they put on it. And then this guy pulled up, and I was talking to the one guy. And then he said something about I like what you have written on. It's good to see truth in the world, or something. He said something about what I wrote on the windows, and I wasn't fully present because I was still was engaging with him, kind of thing. This other man, he looks so cute in his little coveralls and stuff, I just want people to take these off, and I just want to see people's smiles, I want to see people's faces, Yeah, he's older than me, maybe younger than you. Who knows? I don't know. It's just a dear, sweet soul. And I was telling him, like, usually I said mostly the engagements that I have here, they're pretty positive. They are. People are pretty much, you still got the jerk face, every now and again, they're in the world. And sometimes I could be that jerk face if I'm not spiritually balanced in my own, spiritual fitness program. I could be the freaking jerk face in the situation. Anyway, so this dude and I asked him if he knew who Zach Hubbard was. Zachary K. Hubbard. Yeah, I told everybody, look at Zach, go listen to Zach. Listen to Zach. And Zach started a website today. Well, I think it went live today or yesterday. I'm not exactly sure the exact what specifics on it, but it's signsmatter.org. And he had a website and I just kind of cruised around with it because I am a human computer interface snob. So I'm like, I go and look at websites all the time, just see how many clicks it takes to get to the whatever. Yeah, I'm kind of picky about it. Anyway, so, but it was a cool website, and he wants to get a building, like a warehouse, and then put like showers and stuff in, like basically a YMCA where just so people have a place to go, so they're not homeless, sleeping in cots. A mission, but missions turn people away.
Why?
Who knows? You can't call all the missions and ask them. It's like weird. Yeah, it's just weird. It's so, and it's like he's doing what I want to do. I just want to have because I guess it's pretty nice because the guy at the gas station, conversation number 1, we were talking about the weather, and he was telling me about the weather, and I'm like, yeah, I guess it doesn't get too hot here. He's like, yeah, but the last couple summers it's gotten pretty hot, but their pretty hot is in the 90s. My pretty hot is 110, 117. So, You know, that's the thing. It's a trip to me because I've traveled. Now I can say I've traveled around a lot, and I've lived in different places, and I've been around to a lot of like people. I don't know. People are in tune with the vibrational frequency at the latitude and longitude in which they are living. You know it? And if it's like a big one, a pertinent one, it's like people get their wires crossed and they start acting and talking and doing stuff like other people, but it ain't them, you know? It ain't their personality. They're just impressionable, so they're taking on the mainstream of all the crap around them, right? That's why everybody's doing that, wearing these. I just want to see people's faces. You know, they see my face. I don't wear. I wear one when I gotta go in the store, but I wear it like under my chin, and I'm, you know, and I pull it down and I talk and I make sure that people can hear me, because it muffles. People are muffled, so you know. So that was, you know, more for the positive, more for the positive. So when people go out in the world and they just have positive exchanges, I just, you know, there's just so much de-baggotry. There's so many people that are like general, like the guy today. I'm not trying to equate him as a de-bag. He wasn't one of them, but the guy that like he was like, I'm not an activist. But I appreciate what you're doing.
Oh, really?
Is the heart space is what I got? And I was like, hey, do you believe in a power greater than yourself? And do you call that power God? And he's like, yeah. And I said, then just pray for us that are out here running our mouths, because I'm gonna have signs out here soon one day. You know. Oh, I didn't finish what Zach was doing. So signsmatter.org, you know, he's paying these kids. Hopefully, see, that's the thing that sucks. I don't know how it works for IDs, but I just had to go through getting a driver's license in a new state. And it's like every state, it's weird. But I have a little bit of an advantage because I have a 214, a DD 214. And that kind of cuts away a lot of shit. And here, the way they're doing everything's online and appointments and a month out. But you mail in for plates. And, you know, it was, for the most part, it wasn't a very painful experience. It was just lengthy. But anyway, so I was thinking about what it is going to entail for those kids to get IDs, because Zach was trying to help them. See, that's why I was like, there's all kinds of ways that people can help, you know. There's all kinds of ways. And I know that people are worried about liabilities and you know, people are tripped out and whacked out, and there's so many dangerous people, you know. And that's the thing, is I have such a broad spectrum, you know. I know, I don't know, I can't live in fear. I can't. Because if once I start living in fear, then it's all downhill from there. And I'm just going to be like everybody else. So I can't do that. And the thing of it is I've already lived through so much scary stuff. It's like, really? Is that what you're going to succumb to? Is that what's going to, you know, bowl you over and make you a fearful person? Out of all the stuff that you've continued and maintained your faith through your whole entire life. You know, that's it, huh? But I have an idea. I have a good feeling that more people, because I guess people really like it where I live. I'm still figuring it out, because I'm like, it's my first season. I got to get a feel about what it's like every first season. And we went through the first winter, you know, but evidently the winters they used to get like 2 feet of snow here, and I haven't gotten, because it's all the bio weather engineering, you know. This stuff they've been doing forever and ever. And it's so weird, because there's a whole group of us. It's like we never knew a world that this didn't exist. Because, Mom, we were pretty much like hip to the program because of Larry Hickey, Mom. And he was in Vietnam, and he told accounts of what stuff that actually happened there, and that we didn't need to be there, and all that stuff. And like he knew about the programming and the MKO and all that stuff. And so I just kind of was aware of it. And so like growing up, I was always looking for, because I remember sitting on his lap and he'd show us the back of the toothpaste and, you know, Procter and Gamble with the witchery, the witchcraft with the stars and the little, I can't remember, was it like a, something, I remember the stars and it was like a cornucopia or something. I can't remember what it was, but it was just like, in the course of events of my life add up to, you know, all the freaking pervy stuff that they're doing with kids. Thank goodness they're finding all these freaking perverts, man. I'm just like, there is something seriously wrong with people that sexualize children. Seriously wrong. And the thing of it is so much of society, like with all the little pageants and all that stuff, it like, I was not a girly girl. They tried to buy me like girls, and I just would be, I'd get in trouble because I was just less than grateful for the girl crap that I got. Like I wanted a sleeping bag, and they got me like a strawberry shortcake sleeping bag, and I wanted one so I could go sleep out under the tree. And this was like one that you don't take out of the house, like you take over, you know, slumber parties and stuff. I didn't do slumber parties. Why do I want to go over to somebody else's house and sleep? That's weird. No, I kid. Overnights. Sometimes I didn't mind overnights, so we'd do it every, like, you know, slumber parties. Like, it was just so awkward. You know, it was just weird. I don't know. Do people do that still? Do they, or is it just everything on the interwebs now? So, what was I talking about? I went off on a tangent there. I was on a pace and then I just lost it. And then I found my headphones, obviously. They were in my dresser drawer. I looked for them for quite a while yesterday. I'm like, what? And then finally I opened the dresser drawer, and there they are. You know? Am I boring you, Ma? I gotta go to the store and get my ice cream tomorrow. No, I didn't mind sleepovers because I always liked to see how other people lived. Because I knew how we lived, and that wasn't so fun. But it was cool to see how other people lived. You know? That's what I think these soul sacks are, is we're just checking into this incarnation, and we're just checking it out, living this library, you know? And I watched movies when I was growing up, like Defending Your Life with Al Brooks. That's a good movie. And I kind of got an idea that that's how it is that whatever freaking crap you fling out in this incarnation, doesn't matter how successful it makes you, how, you know, and people are playing too much with the Luciferian fairy tale theater. Playing too much. It's cute, it's fun, witchy spells, doing this, dabbling in that. I don't know, I guess it's what everybody can stand, you know? Some people would say that I'm a witch because I'm into plant medicine, all kinds of plants, flower plants, canna plants, all kinds of plants, dandelions. The medicinal purpose of a dandelion is remarkable, and I love them because they close up shop at night. They open to the sun. And then the sun freaking gives its goodness, and then it goes down into the roots and then spreads it in the soil and balances out. You know? That's so let them run rampant. Let them do their thing. They're not weeds. You make tea out of the roots, it helps your upset stomach. You know? They're the cutest little flowers. Aren't they cute? I like how they close up shop at night. They like shrink and then that's open with this. I love those flowers. So, anyway, I don't know, a lot of people think things are going to get weird and wonky, and they very well could be. I mean, every day the earth changes. Every single day the earth is not as it was yesterday. Especially when things like volcanoes are erupting as they are. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. See, that's the thing is this great, the earth is going through a great cleansing as I see it. It's great cleansing. Because there's so much dirty, man. Too many people freaking chasing sensations. We need to go back to people courting and dating and seeing if they like each other before they start chasing sensations, you know? Think about how much ill will would not happen in the world if people just like chilled out to see if they liked each other before they started freaking getting naked and stuff, you know? You know? A lot of old-timey stuff I'd like to see come back around. I'm seeing trends that when I was a kid I was like I would fast forward because people always say history repeats itself, trends, you know, what goes around comes around, all that stuff. I always believed it to be true. So I picture me like in the future in my around 50, which I am now. I'm around 50. And my train of thought here. Because I can't believe I'm almost 50. Oh yeah, pegging pants. That's back. That's back, and people are doing like the tapered pants. And that's all. That's always. That's the thing is, I've always had my style, and I've always been consistent. But the things, my style, aren't real popular real often. But every now and again, the planets line up, and I guess I come across a little less dopey. A little less dopey with my attire, because it fits in with mainstream, what all the kids are wearing. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, so I have to go into 3D World tomorrow. Go to the grocery store. Into 3D World. That's what I call when I have to go and take care of business. I have to talk to people and stuff. But it's cool because it's like, now that I got stuff written on the van, I have conversations with people like in the parking lot at the grocery store last time I went. Talked to a nice young man. What was his name? I'm freaking bad with names. I can't remember his name. But people are open to it. People are hip to it. People don't want to be freaking puppets. The thing of it is like when you live in small communities, it's like the culprits are the people that are benefiting from the systems that need to fall. You see what I mean? Like, I know, like, there shouldn't be homeless kids anywhere on the street when so many city resources are being freaking wasted every day on stuff like, you know, like these cops, they all get their own car. They take them home at night and they drive, you know, oh, I'm just gonna, you know, run down and get some eggs. It's like, dude, that shit ain't yours, man. But it's theirs. But it's not theirs. But it's there's an imbalance there, and this is all the stuff that's gonna get supposedly. I don't know. It seems like most of my whole adult life I've been waiting for freaking justice and all this. And maybe it's just a bunch of smoke and mirrors, and maybe they just it's a dangling carrot, and they just have us hanging on to have, you know. I guess that's why it's so important to have a faith today. A faith. For me. For me. I'm not speaking for anybody else. People want to take my recommendations. That's okay. I got a lot of life experience, but nothing I could have accomplished in my life. I couldn't have done any of it without God. None of it. None of it. Today I was like, Mom, I ordered my shoes. I got a gift certificate from Soul Rebels. Thanks. Soul Rebels, Ahmad. Thanks. I finally ordered it. I got the Mach 3, the green ones. Schwanky. I don't know. We'll see. Sizes are funny and weird, so we'll see. But I'm excited. I love getting mail. I love getting mail. And these are from, like, are they from Ethiopia? South Africa? I'd have to read more about them. I only kind of glanced. Anyway. Hi, D144. Thanks for stopping through. And I hope Rio stops through, too. He's the second conversation I had, you know. That's the thing, is everybody has a part. Everybody can play a part. Just, you know. Just, like, think of me fondly. You know? Like, if I could do that, if, if anybody that watches my, because I piss people off all the time. That's what I was told Rio. I was like, just hang out a little while. I'm not for everyone, and I don't mean to ever freaking insult people. I speak in matters of facts, like in the military police, or the second lowest test scores on the entrance exam. So when they do 4 years, and they go back home, and they get their own little squad cars, and they make like $90,000 a year, whatever it is, you know, and just go around and, you know, freaking basically, anyway, you know, that's an imbalance too, and this is all stuff that needs to swing back around. Unfortunately, when more and more people start thinking about how things are, that's kind of how that influences timelines and creates how things go. And a lot of people are yammering right now about like something big that is gonna freaking bring the whole world together, you know. One of those things that it makes you just stop and go, because people aren't grateful right now. They're not. There's not a whole lot of gratitude. I mean, there's people with gratitude. There's not as much as there ought to be, because people have been subdued. They've been subdued. Their gratitude has been taken. People aren't allowed to praise, you know, you know. Some places are opening up, but there's plenty of places that are still going to benefit from not. So, anyway, I think I've yammered on long enough. Artie's resting comfortably. It's 1:04. Monday's going to be a long day. Drop Artie off. The good news is I get to drop him off at like 8 in the morning, and that is before they eat. So when it comes Benny's turn, that's always a freaking headache, because he gets like kind of food neurotic, because he didn't have it, because he came from, somebody abandoned him on a empty, where there was a farmhouse where everybody left, and they dumped him off, and so he was eating freaking God knows what for a week, grass, you know, whatever he could. He was emaciated, you know. That's why I gotta work so hard to keep us all together, is because the freaking ain't nobody did nothing. None of